The Splitgate 2 open beta is out now on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation, serving as a bit of a soft launch for the game as the full release looks to be under 2 weeks away. Well, the Splitgate 2 roadmap shows us there's a ton of new content to come along with the full launch. In this video, we're going to evaluate the open beta, which we can play right now. I've been playing it, and as a reminder, Splitgate 2 has been one of my most anticipated games for quite a while now. I love the first game, and I've been looking forward to a new, fast-paced, competitive shooter in 2025. With that said, things haven't exactly turned out well for the games that I've fallen in love with over the past few years. Games like Dead Drop and Spectre Divide are both literally shut down as much as I loved them. Now that Splitgate 2 is here, am I excited or disappointed? Let's dive into my thoughts on the Splitgate 2 open beta. First and foremost, everything that I have said in previous Splitgate 2 videos on this channel holds true based on those old Splitgate 2 tests like the alpha and so on. The game looks great, performs flawless, and sounds amazing. In all sincerity, Splitgate 2 is some of the highest levels of polish for a competitive shooter that I've seen in quite some time. The animations are top tier, the sound effects hit hard and satisfy, and overall I think Splitgate 2 is really one of the best looking and sounding multiplayer games available on any platform, and I'm not kidding. It looks, runs, and sounds great. The only thing that I will say on this front is that I'm hoping to see some more variety in the visual themes and color palettes of future maps in Splitgate 2. Right now it definitely has a quote-unquote look, and I think that that's totally fine, but I'd like to have some maps that hit a little different when it comes to their look, setting, and atmosphere in the future. I'd love to see maps set on alien planets, spaceships, or even some darker, grittier, more gothic settings if we could get that. For all I know, there may be some of this stuff arriving in the Season 1 update, which is literally less than 2 weeks away from the recording of this video, but I just had to notate it. This brings us to the core gameplay of Splitgate 2. As I've said in previous videos, the gunplay, movement, and core mechanics all feel great. It's easy to pick up and understand Splitgate 2 as a player, but the portal mechanic always leaves room for creative options and raising the ceiling on your own skill levels. 1047 has also added a slide mechanic to the game, which was not in the original, and let's not forget that there are 3 factions which play slightly different from one another, giving players the ability to hone their own playstyle. I'm currently focused on the hard-hitting Sabrask faction, but again, this gives players more agency as well as reasons to continue playing the game, to continue unlocking new options for your loadouts, including your own weapons, accessories, and perks. I've said it before, but Splitgate 2's gameplay is an absolute clip machine. The gunplay feels good, outsmarting your opponents with portals feels good, the maps are universally very well designed, and I can't emphasize this enough, and all in all, the game just feels fun and satisfying to play moment to moment. There really isn't anything like Splitgate 2 on the FPS front right now, which is why I think it stands out so much and holds so much potential for shooter fans in 2025. The modes available in the open beta include a variety of core FPS modes like Team Deathmatch, Domination, and Split Ball, which is a clever tweak on Capture the Flag, Team SWAT, which I absolutely love, and more. There's also a ton of custom game mode options and more modes to come in the Season 1 update and beyond. Let's not forget ranked play either, which I'm sure is coming soon. We're expecting very frequent new modes and playlists, but I want to focus on a couple specific modes here for a second. First is Takedown, which is one of Splitgate 2's most competitive modes and a returning fan favorite from the original game. Played on digital-themed simulation maps, Takedown is a very competitive team-based mode in which you must eliminate the opposing faction at the same time. When you die, you have a respawn timer, but each time you die, your respawn timer grows longer. The goal is to kill everyone on the other team, leaving no member alive to win the round. It's a bit of a tactical take on Splitgate's formula on maps built specifically for this mode. I've always loved mixing Takedown into my time in Splitgate, and I'm very glad that it's included in Splitgate 2. I think competitive gamers will absolutely love it and should play it. I'm expecting more simulation maps with new seasons, as well as fan-created simulation maps created via the editor. There are currently 4 simulation maps in open beta, and like other tactical-style competitive games, you don't really need a lot of them with the round-based gameplay formula. It plays a bit of like a chess match, with strategy and pathing and decision-making involved. One of the big additions to Splitgate 2 in the open beta is Onslaught, which is a 24-player, 3-team twist on Splitgate 2's formula, played on large-scale maps crafted specifically for Onslaught. It's the most different feeling mode and experience currently in Splitgate 2 when compared to the first game. Watching footage of Onslaught, many of us compared it to Halo's Big Team Battle, and for this reason I went in thinking it would be a more casual, social, chaotic Splitgate experience. But based on my playtime thus far, it's really not that. While map knowledge and knowing how to portal around maps and navigate to key areas has always been important in Splitgate, the larger scale of Onslaught's maps makes it even more essential. You really can't just hoof it around in Onslaught if you're gonna to be effective and keep yourself engaged in fights, get objectives, power weapons, and so on. While on one hand, some may like this larger experience and higher player count, and I certainly can't fault 1047 for pushing their limits, giving players options and something different to play, it's currently my least favorite way to play Splitgate 2. It'll be interesting to see how players in the community respond to Onslaught and how 1047 continues to support it going forward. If a lot of people love it, great, we all have our preferences, but personally, I like the core Splitgate 2 arena experience along with takedown, SWAT, those kinds of things better. I think that's just where the gameplay shines best. While I haven't used Splitgate 2's map editor known as the Lab much myself, I do want to acknowledge that it is here in the open beta and remind everyone that it's in Splitgate 2 here to stay. The game is not going down at the conclusion of the open beta, we're simply moving right into Season 1, which seems to be launching in or around June 5th based on the conclusion of the open beta Battle Pass. And again, while I can't tell you much about using the lab yet, I do think its inclusion is going to help drive Splitgate 2 forward as the community builds and publishes new maps, modes, and ways to play Splitgate 2 in the same manner that Forge builds interest in Halo. How many times have you seen articles or clips from Forge built Halo experiences to make you want to go play it? That's exactly what the lab is going to do for Splitgate 2, and I'm glad that 1047 has it right here from the beginning for map creators to go wild, whether it's for custom games or playlists in the future with the best content that map makers make. With all this said, I currently have one concern for Splitgate 2, and it's one that virtually everyone in the community shares right now. And it's a particularly sore spot for Splitgate and 1047 games. Since the release of the open beta, the game has been plagued by server issues that are still impacting the open beta days later. There's been login issues, 10+ minute waits for matches despite a very healthy player base, downtime altogether while 1047 works to fix the issue or issues, login queues, and progression pauses. 1047's been communicating regularly with the player base about these issues via social media, Discord, and seem to truly be working around the clock to resolve them. If you fast forward a week or two, we may look back at this and say it's simply a small bump in the road for what is otherwise poised to be the best competitive game of 2025, and I really believe that. But what scares me is how this can damage the brand and the game, long term. This isn't the first time that this has happened. The original Splitgate had several moments in the sun where it went viral, attracted millions of players, big streamers, etc., and it deserved it. The game was amazingly well designed, innovative, fun, and it deserved all that attention and the player influxes. But it was hampered by severe server issues during some of these key periods where essentially the game was made unplayable or close to it. People still remember this and talk about it when Splitgate comes up to this day, years later. Now Splitgate 2 is here with a fresh start, and it's honest to God, a true, amazing AAA multiplayer experience, and one that the industry needs right now. I keep saying it, but this is the best multiplayer shooter I've played in quite a while. And while this is marked as an open beta, we've had several days of server issues, progression freezes, downtime, broken matchmaking, and more during a time when players are excited to try the game and they can't, or they're getting a hampered experience. This is extremely concerning, and first impressions are everything. Games have a limited window to pull in and hook players and put the hook in them, and right now Splitgate 2 servers are blinking. And it's frustrating because not only is Splitgate 2 a god tier game that everyone should be playing, I want you to play it, I'm recommending it, but I've never known a multiplayer FPS to have issues like this in my 30+ years of gaming. I've seen it with MMORPGs, which have massive worlds, which require persistent presence and feedback, but not a session-based competitive FPS. I'm no engineer, but it's very strange to say the least, and as a Splitgate fan, I hate that it's a Splitgate problem. With all that said, my hope is that 1047 gets to the heart of the issue and it goes away forever. I trust that they're working on it, I know a lot of people on the team, they're great, and I'm absolutely not going to stop playing it because Splitgate 2 is just that fun to play, period. I just have to mention it as it has been a factor during the open beta. I just hope it's not in the future. When all is said and done, I'm confident that Splitgate 2 is a game with addictive gameplay, filled with great game design, that has significantly more progression and staying power than its predecessor. Splitgate 2 fully realizes the potential of the Splitgate concept and represents multiple steps forward from the original game, making it what I feel is the best new multiplayer shooter of the year, and one that is just getting started. 1047 has laid out an aggressive roadmap with monthly content updates, including new map, modes, battle passes, and the roadmap promises at least one major surprise coming at launch in under 2 weeks. I think I have an idea as to what it is, but I don't want to tell you because I might be wrong. But you can tell me what you think it is by leaving a comment down below. and let me know what you think. With that said, if you want more Splitgate 2 videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and if you're playing Splitgate 2 in the Epic Games Store, use supporter creator code MAYOR when you do it, or buy anything on the Epic Games Store, Fortnite, etc. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next video, or live on Twitch at twitch.tv/MayorReynolds. Thanks for watching. Mayor Reynolds out. This video is sponsored by Fortnite. Support a creator code MAYOR. That's all you gotta do is plug MAYOR into your Fortnite or Epic Games Store. Support a creator slot. Whenever you make a purchase, and a portion of that purchase will go towards supporting my content. It costs you nothing. Just plug it in anytime you see support a creator in Fortnite or the Epic Games Store, and it will directly support my channel and help increase the budget for content like our live action Dead Drop short film, Midnight, which you can go watch right now. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate the support. MAYOR in your supporter creator slot. Thanks a lot.